Okay.
Then
Well, let's do a little meeting and conferring. Really, the entire goal, the only items that I'd like to discuss are the two salary schedules, the professional and the administrative salary schedules, and whether or not we would have consensus that between the board team and the employee team, how we want to go with that. You guys have seen how they have been presented. What are your thoughts? Are you willing to go with that? Do we need to have further discussion?
I don't know really on administrative if you need this.
That's true. This would really apply to the professional one.
The professional one you would.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, then yes, I do. So what, for example, I guess I'm still hung up on the social workers and the range placement. I realize it's on a daily rate, it's more money per day. But for some of these other items, assistant maintenance supervisor, purchasing manager, maintenance supervisor, what requirements, what certifications do those people bring, or what specialized duties or certifications do those people have to have for those jobs?
They would have the things that we would require from all professional employees. If they're a professional in the operations or maintenance groups, they would have the requisite certifications that go along with that. Roy is the purchasing manager. I believe he's got an economics degree. Do you know what Roy's degree is, Wes? Earth to Wes?
I was trying to think. He has a degree. So the career development has a degree. It's a requirement. Purchasing manager, senior accountant, HR. Well, the HR manager doesn't. The architect does. The technicians, most of the technicians do.
Yeah, see, my problem's not with the architects, not with the technicians. I get that, I see that, but the senior accountant I get. But so what am I missing? Because
In all honesty, I don't know if that's the right comparison. I think your comparison needs to be to your master's column
And your
on
teacher
your
salary.
teacher salary schedule. That's my opinion.
I don't have the teacher salary schedule with me, but my biggest concern, and this is, we are not paid at an equitable to our co-people, which is our school counselors. Unless that changed, I have not seen the new teacher salary teacher schedule, because they're on a teacher schedule.
It's not changing.
But I'm saying for what was changed when you guys did that last year.
Right.
Prior to that change, I don't know what it looks like now, so I can't speak to what it looks like right
Yeah, I'm
this
trying
second.
to pull that
Well,
out.
I can tell you exactly what it looks like. In 15-16, this is 17, 18. In 16-17, the schedules were identical. For masters was masters, social work, and the masters on the teacher's salary schedule. Last year, we opted to do a bump at the master's column for teachers, and that did not carry over to the social worker scale.
That's the only comparison that I would be willing to fight for, is I do exactly the same stuff as what a school counselor does. It's not my fault that my position doesn't require a certification.
certification, yeah. But not everyone does. I mean, my daughter's getting a master's degree in school counseling. She doesn't have a teacher certification.
Right.
Now, she has to take
And
a
there are-
couple extra classes.
To my knowledge, there are a couple of counselors in our district that have counseling degrees, not necessarily certification, school counseling. They may have gotten that since they were hired.
They would all have it,
it just makes, it does make sense to me to have your social workers on the same schedule with your counselors.
With your master's level counselors, because
Yeah.
it's not a requirement to be a master's level.
Why do we do
Ma-
that?
Counselors
masters-
become masters.
The counselors are on the teacher salary schedule.
Yes.
Correct.
And to be a school counselor, to have a school counselor certification, that is a master's degree.
Correct.
It's about,
$500 difference, $600 difference?
$500.
step one here is 39,675, 40,182. Now, at the end, at the bottom end, it's about $4,000 difference.
But the other part of that is, if I go and I get my licensure, I don't get any bumps for that. We don't get bumps, whereas counselors can go get extra schooling and get bumps. They can move over. We don't get to move over.
At the bottom end, it's only $1,000 different on the masters.
And we
Are you looking
require,
at the proposed
we
or-
require our
Yeah,
social
on the
workers to have a
proposed,
You
master's.
gotta look at the new
On the
one.
proposed, it's
Oh my.
61,
The most recent,
445,
the most
65,
recent
235.
requirement, yes.
So
We
maybe
only
we
have-
shouldn't require them to have a master's.
Because they don't get tenure, they don't get the bump for
You do not want
longevity, that's
masters
why
level
they're
social
different.
workers doing
Now,
that.
you
Other
can't,
than
you
the
you
one we
can't
do
place
have,
them on the
she's
teacher
been-
salary schedule. You can't do that.
No,
And that's why 2 years ago, they were taken away.
Right,
It's because of that.
but they could be.
I just would like to see it be equitable. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to call a caucus of our team real quick in there. It'd take 2 minutes or less.
I just was listening to NPR this morning and that's what it's like, Missouri, we're the low.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah. It's great to be known for that.
I know, right?
We'll go to caucus again.
Maybe,
I doubt it.
but they can turn the light on if they do.
We would like to propose that range 2 be made to look identical to the teacher's master's column. And so it would be just exactly the same.
And we'll
And the
put
rest-
them on their own page. We'll take them off of this salary schedule and make their
probably-
own salary schedule.
Because of the way this is indexed, it'll mess it up if we
Keep them on this.
put the master's column there. So we would create a separate schedule that said social workers, but it would mirror exactly the master's column for the teachers.
And would it then allow also for lateral movement as well as,
With additional education.
No.
No. No. It would not.
but your OTs, your PTs, an OT starting 1 year with a master's out of the gate is scheduled for 48.5.
We can't get OTs for less than that.
I agree. I
And we
mean, I
can't pay
understand.
social workers and counselors that out of the, and again, it goes back to the salary, what was that called?
The compensation.
Compensation
Right.
study, yeah, you don't pay, I mean, because OTs are OTs because that's the kind of salary they make and their schooling justifies it and their
And
specialty.
I understand that, but my point is you're starting there, but even they can move laterally.
The offer on the table is the same as the master's column for teachers, no other lateral movement. I'd like for you guys to make a decision on that, whether you're accepting or not.
Okay, I'm pulling this up.
And
So,
it's not tied to the teachers
No,
in any shape or form.
it's
Separate.
just the
So-
same amount of money.
it will be
Its
that amount of
own
money.
section, its own salary schedule.
Right, separate page.
But to get it back to a square peg, we're willing to mirror that, and then in subsequent years, it's on its own for any negotiation.
Okay, can we go caucus this time? Or do you all want to go in there and we'll caucus in
No,
here?
we're tired, you go.
Yeah.
It's a good offer.
That's all right.
He needs to get up and stretch.
It is.
Oh,
I'm not gonna sleep again till we have a superintendent.
You guys did one thing, I did.
Sleep,
I did
what,
the same.
sleep?
We are agreeable to that as long as it can be, their own salary schedule. Because where it is right now, it just doesn't fit. So if they are really unique in their own people, they need their own salary schedule. Or combined with, you know, someone that's more appropriate. And if you do that, then we'll talk more. But I think, you know, you're talking a small number of employees. Exceptionally.
What did you mean if we do that, we talk more?
Oh,
I mean, that
Like-
is the office.
somewhere down there, I'm talking 5 years, you know, in the future when we're talking
More money.
more money to dream about, you
And
know.
that's
didn't
all
know.
dreaming and making sure,
Right now,
that's,
we're totally,
You're good.
we're in agreement with this.
Okay, so we
Right,
can move on.
exactly.
Well, I think we're done if that's.
What?
Sorry, I was just so incredulous.
Well, we're done with this meeting. Okay, so the agreement then was to accept the professional schedule, taking range 2 out and making that a separate schedule, to accept the other part of the professional and to make range 2 a separate social worker schedule that would mirror exactly the teacher's master's call.
And
Okay,
then will we rename the columns or the ranges?
No, that schedule will not change. I'll just take them off of there.
just take them off.
I was gonna say, you're
We need to-
basically just
range
changing,
two.
taking social workers out,
we
you're not
need
taking the
to-
range
So
off.
Right.
The range
it's
is
social
social
worker.
worker.
Right, we need to keep all the ranges or it'll
Yes.
mess up the index.
Yeah, you need to keep range 2, just not be necessarily social workers, for
Just-
whatever might happen in the future.
Right.
It'll be just
Remember,
like
we're
the
trying
other
to do
ones,
these
don't have
for-
anything assigned.
Gotcha.
You just
Okay,
do
I
this
think
thing.
we're
have a
done
new
here.
sheet of paper titled social work.
Thank you, folks.
All right, and get it.
Okay, get to the game.